Joao Felix. Chelsea's position clarified as Kai Havertz given new season-defining role. Chelsea news: the Blues are hoping for more to come from Joao Felix as his best position impacts Kai Havertz's future. One of the many worries Chelsea had over the summer was if they would have enough firepower. 21 games in and just 22 goals later, nobody in the top half has less. 3 of the 7 teams to score less are in the relegation zone. Kai Havertz, a player with 12 goals in 2 seasons approaching the 2022-23 campaign, was always going to be one of the central options. Those who joined him were less clear. Armando Broja managed less than 10 for Southampton, yet he was the most natural striker at the club in pre-season. It wasn't until deadline day that Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang was signed. 6 months later and Broja is out for the rest of the season. Aubameyang is set for a move away and Havertz is the top scorer in the league with 5 goals. He is, at least, on course for his best personal season in England, but that is hardly a ringing endorsement. Without Reece James and Ben Chilwell to provide assistance and direct contributions, there has been no reliable outlet. Mason Mount is suffering his worst run of form since his Chelsea debut, and neither Hakim Ziyech nor Christian Pulisic has been consistent goalscorers throughout their careers. There's frankly little surprise that even with Mykhailo Mudryk, David Datro Fofana and Noni Madueke all getting minutes last week, that Graham Potter went goalless for the 4th half in a row and the 11th out of 14 since the turn of the year. The new bodies will need time to gel and develop. Meanwhile, the signings in question aren't solving the problem here anyway. The attack hasn't been cohesive in years, often relying on standout moments or individuals rather than build-up play, patterns or methods. This is why the loan of Joao Felix offered more questions than answers. He is another player that fits the bill of a number 9.5 rather than either a shadow striker or an attacking midfielder. It's less false 9 and more no 9. The Portuguese forward did at least show signs of impressive interplay with Havertz and Mount on his debut. That is a point of promise, and his former coaches remain excited about what he could yet produce. Speaking to the Telegraph, former Wolves boss Bruno Lage, who managed Felix at Benfica, said, "They played 4-3-3 and I changed to 4-4-2 because that was the right system for Joao. He's not a number 10. He's not one to play behind the striker. I prefer to call him the free striker. He needs to play with a more orthodox striker who is in the box, a guy that Joao can find with passes. Joao plays between the lines, and in the space behind a defense. Him and Swiss striker, Haris Seferovic in that second half of the season, they were very good. The issue is that Chelsea's striker of that nature is injured and Aubameyang doesn't look to be the answer. Havertz has tried the role but rarely worked. There is little doubting the quality that Felix will bring regardless of his fit though. It was natural for Joao, the training, the ability to play in the rhythm of the first team and with the older players, Lage added. They accepted him quickly. The senior players know how important the academy is to the club, so they look after the young players. It was at Benfica that his name was made, and current Roma director Tiago Pinto saw the explosion of talent that was about to come. He too isn't doubting Felix. I know with what has happened at Atletico and with the red card against Fulham, it's not a good moment for him, but, man, this guy is a genius and a very humble person, Lage added. He's not a normal footballer. There is a lot of natural talent and high confidence in himself. He makes everything seem very easy. We had a video at Benfica which we always used to laugh at. It was Joao's first touch as a first-team player. Most teenagers would just not want to make a mistake, but he did something artistic. It's in his nature. His mother and father were both teachers, a very good family. They knew the boy was very talented, but they always wanted him to get his education. Chelsea saw flashes of his skill against Fulham last month but will be hoping for much more to come. As his loan ends at the end of the season, it will be down to Felix to prove his suitability for the Blues beyond that point, starting with West Ham on Saturday. So, what do you think about Joao Felix's position clarified as Kai Havertz given a new season-defining role? Leave your comments. And please subscribe. Chelsea, the best.